What's good? It's your boy Fanon. All right. I am going to talk about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. I know you're going to love it. I know you're going to love it. All you guys out there who just love to come by the channel and get mad at me about pointing out what I believe, what Fanon believes are obvious facts about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. But I figured I would give it another go again, and I would actually do a comparison between the actual numbers that Tyson Fury did in viewership in the United States with the actual numbers that Deontay Wilder does in the United States, and then try to try to tell you who the most popular boxer is between the two, between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. That's what I'm going to do. And before I do that, I'm going to use numbers, facts. I'm going to use facts. I'm not going to use my opinion. I'm not going to try to mislead you with tricky tactics and filthy. What did somebody call me? Ghetto. I think somebody called me filthy. Ghetto. All kind of other really bad names. I'm not going to use any of those base tactics. I'm just going to use the numbers that are available and come to a conclusion. Follow through this with me, please. Before I do that, thank you to the subscribers who come to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we do more videos. And also, if you are that guy, that's those special people that love the channel, that love to hate the channel, and make response videos and do all kind of creepy things with pictures of children. Please unsubscribe and go away. Now, let me walk through this. Let me tell you what I'm going to tell you. Deontay Wilder is more popular in the United States, and his numbers are 10 times as good as Tyson Fury's were in the United States when Tyson Fury fought. 10 times. Similar circumstances, 10 times. Since Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury both fought in the United States, and you have those numbers to compare, and Deontay Wilder has almost 10 times the viewership that Deontay Wilder did, or average prorated, I'll call that prorated viewership, than Tyson Fury. It is not logical to assume that that the vast majority of the people that watched Deontay Wilder fight Tyson Fury were there for Tyson Fury. But let me walk you through the numbers. First thing, though, I have to explain the concept of prorating. It's allocation. This is, don't let your head blow up. Go Google it. If you are going to compare two things that had a fight on NBC with a fight on Showtime, you have to take into consideration the size of the available audiences. CBS it's as free as television can get. It is in every home that has a television in the United States. Showtime is a subscription network that is available in a lot fewer homes. So Tyson Fury fought on NBC, Deontay Wilder fought on Showtime. You have to adjust for those numbers and come up with some type of equation to prorate it, to allocate, to figure out what percentage of viewership would I either have to convert Deontay Wilder's numbers to NBC, or I have to convert Tyson Fury's numbers to Showtime. Okay? That's the best method that I can think, and the most fair method that I think that I can do that with. Okay? So we're going to take it through a test drive. How do you do that? Well, I could look at the total number of people that are available to watch a fight on Showtime, and the total number of people that were subscribed to CBS, get a percentage, get the number of viewers that watched Errol Spence Jr. That watched Tyson Fury, and then look at the total number and get that percentage, the percentage of people that could have watched on CBS, And then do the same thing for the numbers for Deontay Wilder on Showtime. But that, my friends, would be unfair to Tyson Fury because it would be an absolutely... The calculation I'm going to use is going to get you to about 10-1. And I think that is far, 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 far more conservative and more fair to Tyson Fury. So what I did was I look at Errol Spence Jr., who fought Leonard Bundu on NBC on January 20th, 2018. And he had a certain number of viewers that he did. And then, which was, for sake of being quick about it, was 6.34 million. Errol Spence fought Carlos Ocampo earlier in 2018 in his last fight and had averaged 635,000. 635,000. So Errol Spence fought Leonard Bundu again before he won a championship. And did 6.34 million viewers watched him. After he got his championship, when he became, I think it's fair to say, more popular, more well-known, and he fought on Showtime, he averaged 634,000 viewers, or 638,000 viewers, okay? So what I will do then is look at the number that Tyson Fury did and reduce that number by the same percentage by the same amount that Errol Spence Jr.'s numbers were reduced. So Errol Spence Jr. went from 6.34 million down to 638,000, which is roughly 10%. Roughly 10%, which makes a lot of sense because NBC is easily 10 times bigger. Easily 10 times the number of potential viewers as Showtime's, but we'll just use that conversion. So back in April of 2020, Tyson Fury did 1.7 million views when he fought Steve Cunningham on the same channel, NBC. So what does that convert to? It converts to 171,073 viewers on Showtime. 171,072 viewers on Showtime, which I think is about right. Because Anthony Joshua, who was also from the UK, did roughly 200 and something thousand when he fought on Showtime. No, excuse me. It was 300. I think it was 346. It averaged like 346. Anthony Joshua averaged about 346,000 against Joseph Parker on Showtime. I do believe that was the case. It might have been, it was right around there. And makes sense. Tyson Fury is I think it's fair to say that Tyson Fury is less well known in the United States than Anthony Joshua is. Anthony Joshua had been on Showtime several times, and he had a chance to get his name known in the United States. He's not a tremendously popular in the United States, but he's more well known than Tyson Fury is in the United States. So that's about half of, right? A little less than half of what Anthony Joshua would have done on Showtime. Now, let's look at Deontay Wilder. Stavern was 1.34 million. So comparing the viewership of Deontay Wilder to the prorated viewership of Tyson Fury, you get 1.34 million to 171,000. Seems to me like that's a huge difference. I think that the people who are Showtime viewers and buy pay-per-view in the United States are more likely to have come to see Deontay Wilder than to come to see Tyson Fury. Now, let's look at something else that you notice here. I compared Errol Spence Jr. to Tyson Fury. Errol Spence Jr. without a conversion. Errol Spence Jr. did 6.34 million on NBC before he was a champion. Tyson Fury did 1.7 million on NBC before he was a champion. I think that's safe to say that more people were interested in seeing Errol Spence Jr. than Tyson Fury on the same network. Wouldn't you say? Would you say that that's fair? That's not opinion? Or let me tell you what's not. More people watched Spence on NBC than watched Fury on NBC. That would be what you guys like to call a fact. Roughly 4 million, over 4 million more people watched him on the same network. Now, Errol Spence, would you then say that more people watched Spence than Fury on NBC? Yes, that's clear. That's obvious. That's a fact. Now let's look at Spence, who I love to death, on NBC, on Showtime, and compare him to when he's a champion, to when Deontay Wilder's a champion. You have 6.34 million. 638,000. Deontay Wilder, 1.34 million. Now, if Deontay Wilder did 1.34 million, 1,340,000, and Errol Spence Jr. did 638,000, don't you think that it's fair to say that Deontay Wilder did more than Errol Spence Jr.? And that if you are going to judge popularity, that you would make that the numbers would lead you to believe that the raw numbers, the raw facts, as you guys like to say, that Deontay Wilder is more popular than Errol Spence Jr. And this is not the only time, just so you know I'm not doing some fluke here. Deontay Wilder's last fight that he had on Showtime averaged 1.1 million against Luis Ortiz. 1.1 million is more than 638,000, isn't it? Right? And that's 2 times this has happened. Not once, 2 times. Now, also, Deontay Wilder fought Gerald Washington on Fox. And Gerald Washington on Fox back in 2017 did 1.7 million. 1.7 million is a pretty big number, wouldn't you say? On Fox, on PBC on Fox. Another time he fought on Fox, Deontay Wilder versus Chris Arreola. It averaged 1.8 million on Fox. And this is before the bumper programming. This is not part of the viewerships that you'll see now, where Fox was avidly pushing those numbers, like what Jermell Charlo did. Jermell Charlo did the best numbers, I think, 2 million that Fox had done in, was it 2 years or something? Pretty much since the last time Deontay Wilder fought on it, I do believe. But they did it with a lot of increased advertisement in football games and pushing it. So it's a rough, you can't really compare Jermell and Jermall Charlo's numbers to Tyson Fury's and Deontay Wilder's, and that's why I didn't do a video on it, because it's a little bit of difference now, because there's so much more promotion with it now that Fox said that they're going to actually pay for the fights. But anyway, you see what I'm saying. I can go on time and time again at Deontay Wilder having well over 1 million people watch him fight. When you prorate Tyson Fury, he's at 171,000. Okay? So let's get out of this foolishness out. And now let's extrapolate, right? Let's extrapolate and go to, okay, well, what percentage is 171,000 of 1.3 million? That is 7.8%. So if that's 7.8%, the prorated 171,073 people is 7.8% of 1.34 million. Then what is 7.8% of the pay-per-view numbers? That is 25,350. Okay? So Deontay Wilder, out of the roughly 325,000, if you take the low ball number of the pay-per-view, Deontay Wilder should get credit for about 300,000 of them, and Tyson Fury would get credit for 25,000 of them, which would make perfect sense to anybody that knows anything about countries. And how one guy that's only fought here one time and didn't have hardly anybody watch him would not be the draw against a guy that has fought here multiple times and at least 4 occasions that I named to you had well over 1 million people watch him. But hey, man, don't take my opinion for it. Run the numbers yourself. Come up with some reasonable criteria by which to judge to judge my assertion. But because obviously common sense is not good enough for you. Okay? It's not enough to lay out demographics. We actually have to look at the raw numbers, compare that to the actual demographics that would lead somebody to put on the show, to the numbers and the past performances of other people. But I'm quite sure you guys will come up with some reason why past performances don't have anything to do with it. It was because Tyson Fury stuck his hands behind his back, right? Or was it because Tyson Fury stood up with a mic and walked around and cracked jokes? You think that that's the reason why? Oh, man, those must have been some hella funny jokes, man, for him to get credit for even 50% of the people showing up is ridiculous. The more likely equation is, the more likely and reasonable answer is that he might have been responsible for about 7.8 out of the 100 people showing up to watch it. 7.8% at the most. Anyway, with that, I'm out. Peace.